Hey, what's up? It's JusNik, WBLS, and it's time for another episode of New Music Monday. Now, y'all know that this is my baby because I love discovering new music, new artists, especially when the artist is right here from home. Yes. And welcome. Right now, we have R&B singer Sweata.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So let's just start off with the name. I see you with the sweater.
Of course, gotta have it on. Yeah.
Okay, it's going with the name. How did you get that name?
I actually got that name from Ninth Wonder.
Really?
So I was a student of his at the Rock Nation School for college. And in the year that I was there was at one point we had like a beat battle. I started as a producer and a writer. And in that beat battle, I was playing a few of my demos. I was playing some beats, and I was the only one in the beat battle making R&B. And I had on this Coogee, I had on some like Chelsea boots, and I was dressed the part. So the whole time he was just calling me R&B Sweater, and that stuck. Years later, we started working on demos together, which turned into songs. And he just was like, sweater, and it stuck.
That's fire.
Yeah.
I love that. And Ninth Wonder at that, one of my favorite producers.
Man,
that's crazy.
And it's dope as hell because I think it's a reflection of the music I make. It feels like a warm cuddle, just an audio hug. So yeah.
I like that. Come on with the wording.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
So what made you go from producer to singer?
I think it was me wanting to be more needed in the studio. I like going to the studio and I like doing these sessions with artists, but for a lot of the times I would make the beat and my work was done and I would just be sitting there like, I want to do more. So that started me just writing and first co-writing with people. Then opportunities came to do songs on my own and I had to start singing them. I couldn't wait for a singer to sing some of these songs. So got the ideas and started putting them together on my own, and that turned into just my demos sounding good enough for people to say, hey, you should keep that song.
Wow.
And as I started to tell stories of my own that I felt like other people couldn't really replicate, and it made it harder to place certain songs. So, we decided to keep them and start putting them out.
That's amazing. Well, I'm going to circle back to that because I definitely want to dig deep into that. But let's just go back to where you're from.
Yes, I'm from Brooklyn, New York.
Come on, BK.
And I also, Canarsie.
Come on.
So 1-8, but also Long Island too. Like, I moved about a year after Sandy, because Sandy had hit Canarsie crazy. And my father, the hardest worker I know, he came to this country and was a taxi driver. So he took his bread out the medallion and he said, you know what, I'm gonna get a better life for my sons, for my family. Took us to Long Island, and my formidable years in like high school I spent out there. And that has a lot to do with it too, because it opened me up to just a different type of versatility in what I was surrounded by. So the music I was hearing out there was different than what I was exposed to here, because Brooklyn is this melting pot of Caribbean and honestly Black culture.
Yes.
Versus Long Island, the suburbs, is not really the same. So I was just exposed to a lot more, and I was very receptive to what I was getting from outside of the home because secular music wasn't a thing in the home. So I really depended on what the world was giving me. So I think that really helped in what I write about, how I approach wording things, and just being able to allow me to tell any story in any way that I felt.
I love that. So since secular music wasn't allowed in the house, you was clearly sneaking out listening to some.
Yes, ma'am.
Who was on your playlist?
Early on, it's hard to say. It's been a while, but I think when I first started to fall in love with R&B, I was in high school when the resurgence of I call it the resurgence, but really the boom of the new generation of Summer and Her's album really made me fall in love with R&B. And Daniel Caesar, that era, the 2016 to 19, those are my high school years, and that did a lot for me in realizing, all right, hip-hop started everything for me, but I love what they're talking about because I'm a lover boy. So it definitely made me fall in love with R&B.
I love that. And did you have any musical influences in the family?
I would say in the family, not really, but what I was exposed to, there was definitely an emphasis on music, whether it was on our commutes to church. It was in church. My parents were accepting of me staying after church and trying to play every instrument that I could.
Wow.
So that definitely was a thing, and they accepted it, but in the Christian, religious form. And yeah.
So you do know how to play. How many instruments do you play?
Absolutely. I started on the drums. I just every boy wants to play the drums, but
Which is very hard, so kudos.
oh no, absolutely, thank you. And I was just playing in the church. I honestly tried to pick up as much on everything that I had access to. So guitar, bass, piano, organ. There was a little saxophone phase I had for a little bit.
So you was on the organ.
Yes, ma'am.
Getting them ready to shout.
I don't know.
About to wrap up the service. Okay, I see
yeah,
you. I
absolutely.
see you. So were you considered a PK?
Not really, because my father wasn't a preacher, but I definitely was a church kid.
You just
like
in
I was
in the church.
Man, yeah.
Yeah. Well, you gotta love that. When you have church roots, you know that there's a foundation there, right? Because the level of singing that you have to have with the skills of knowing your scales, all right?
That's
and
a discipline.
harmonies,
For sure.
absolutely. So let's go back to your producing.
Yes.
Have you made placements?
Absolutely. I'd say locally, I started really producing a lot around maybe 12 or 13. A few of my beats would just get picked up by some local artists. Devon Terrell, from Brooklyn. He was probably one of the bigger people to just catch on to me early and just allow me a canvas to create music with him a lot. And then me and him ended up catching my first big placement, and I was in my senior year of high school, and it was a record with Neo. It was a remix of You to Love, and that was an amazing experience, and that kind of started a thing. And now we look back, it's everything from John Legend to Coco Jones to Drake. Like there's a lot. So I'm super grateful for my start as a producer.
Okay, so what's your favorite song that you've produced to date?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. For myself or
for someone else?
For somebody else, I think currently my favorite song that I produced it's a song called Home Wrecker by Devon Terrell. It's a record. It's in the name.
Devon Terrell. Yeah. Home Wrecker, huh?
Home Wrecker is an amazing record about just that. It's being the person having to stop yourself, like, am I interrupting something that you're not telling me about? And yeah, it's a beautiful record. It was something I felt like I shined on, and it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Do you have any songs you wish you kept for yourself?
Ooh. There are a few.
This
I don't
is
know
a safe space. Come on.
They're not out yet, but there are a few that I gave away. But honestly, I feel like I have great discernment in giving away records, because there's always a conversation of, is this song too personal to me to give away? But I'm proud that I'm able to work with people that are able to deliver songs better than me, because I'm able to take my ego out of it too. Like I have a song with Jadon called I'll Be Good, and it was a joint that we worked on together, but I was listening to it like, hey, I like this a lot. You know, we sampled Usher, How Do I Say? And
classic.
It's a beautiful record, but he is just an incredible vocalist, and I feel like it fit him more than it would fit me. And even though it could, you know, it looks better on him, so why not?
I think that's very dope of you as a producer, because you know, some people don't want to give their babies away, but when you say, you know, I like what you're going to bring to the table for this, to really bring this record to life, that's a beautiful thing.
I'm a music lover first, so I want what's best for the music.
So tell me your style of music, because obviously producing for other people, you have to get to know, you know, who they are as a person, and who are you as a person?
It's really R&B, but with a hip hop root, and of course church influence. A lot of live instruments, but I come from the school of Ninth Wonder, so it's a lot of drums, hard hitting samples, maybe just some loops that are just going on for days, but let's add the church to it. Let's add the live arrangement. Let's add the live basses and all of those pieces.
I really like the song Cozy.
Yes.
It is giving cozy, especially within the season that we're in. You know, it's cuffing season.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you have that in mind when you made that song? Or is that who you are? You're a lover boy.
Oh, to the bone, I am a lover boy. But I think at that time, I wrote it around cuffing season last year, and it was a lot. Obviously, you can hear it in the music. It was stuff that I was going through, and it was just my form of an invitation. You know what I mean? I was staying in Atlanta at the time, and I was a little homesick, as you can hear in the song, and it was just this longing for just companionship. And it shows in the song. If I could be the one to keep you cozy, come through.
That's beautiful. Yeah, I like the longing, the yearning. Like, let's get back to that.
Yes,
you know, for a while we was outside and we didn't want to be tied down. But I feel like people are going back to love.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think we were inside for the pandemic, so as soon as we were able to get back outside, we ain't know how to act. But I think every party got to die down at one point. Every party got to end.
That part. Yeah. So do you feel like you're gonna settle down early, or are you married to the game?
Man, it's a forever conflict of mine because I'm still a lover boy, and I can't. It's hard to stop myself from feeling, and it's hard to stop myself from experiencing because I speak about what I go through, so I still need content. But the love I have for music is immense, and it's something I just don't have the answer to today. But maybe one day.
Are you the type that when you're in love, nothing else matters?
To an extent.
It's giving that a little.
To an extent, for sure. But I also am. Oh, wow, you really speaking to me. You're reading me. It's definitely one of those things, though, where I also understand the responsibility I have and the chance that I have to change my entire lineage. You know what I mean? So it's just like there's pressure on that part that I put on myself. And I know that I'm so close to just kicking down a door that I think a lot of people would have never thought I'd be able to kick down. But at the same time, I just be in love. I just be in love, you know? So it's definitely one of those things that, I struggle with. I can't even lie.
Well, that's okay, though. I think there's going to be a healthy balance for you. And we love to hear it in your music.
Oh, no, it's a net positive for sure.
That part. Net positive. So you talk about love and heartbreak, right? Have you experienced heartbreak?
Absolutely. Yeah. And heartbreak is interesting because I was just talking about this with a collaborator. It's one of those things where I feel like when I don't write from experience, I write from this imaginary place, but I feel like at times it's almost prophesized things that end up happening. So I've been trying to stay away from writing about heartbreak, but it's one of those things, you ever got your heart broke so bad you had nothing to say, you know what I mean? It's just like your appetite done ran from you. It's not even going, it ran, you know what I mean? I felt that, and it's something that I speak about for sure, but I also love the good parts of love. I love the excitement, the joy, and the parts that I feel like, especially some of my peers, as far as the guys, we don't talk about it a lot because we're all jaded.
Say it again.
We're all jaded,
in the back.
And
jaded, baby. It's okay. Heal.
Yeah. And sometimes it's hard to heal because we never been taught. But we run from therapy. There's a lot of things, but I love reflection on great moments. I'm a nostalgic being, you know what I mean? And I capture a lot of moments. We got the camera here. So I love immortalizing those moments because if we're only defined by the bad things we go through, then what does that say about us? Yeah.
I like that. Well, sometimes I like to take my conversations and go a little deeper.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you will oblige.
Yes, ma'am.
For guys who are struggling with healing, how did you heal from your heartbreak?
I don't know if I healed.
Oh.
I'll be honest. I can't tell you I have, but I can tell you that I have the greatest therapy in making music and creating things. And although I try to stay away from topics that I don't like to return to, I think the biggest thing you can do is say it, whether it's out loud to yourself, whether it's writing it down. But hiding and keeping things inside don't do anything but allow them to grow. And I don't like feeding things that aren't good.
Did they do you dirty? Who was it? What did they do? Did they cheat?
Oh man, it was a lot. It was a lot, definitely. But you know what I mean? And it's also hard to forgive sometimes. But
for sure.
And I know a lot of us are stubborn. You know what I mean? But
for sure.
Sometimes it's also about being a little selfish to just say, hey, I am going to let it go for me.
Yeah.
Because the more that I think about it and the more that I dwell on it, I'm just getting mad. And I'm not the person that likes to, it's easy to escape into anger and it's so easy to hate somebody. But it's just like, what does that do? That's not helping the bag. It's not helping what I got going on. So just let it go.
You know what I've realized over time when dealing with heartbreak is that once you get over what they did, you really find out that who you're most upset with is yourself.
Yes.
And having to forgive yourself for even allowing that energy into your space and not being on top of it a little bit better.
Yeah, it's a little sneaky too, and sometimes things catch you by surprise. But it's one of those things where once you understand that nobody belongs to you, and once you understand that you are only responsible for your reaction and your the way you adjust to things, I feel like it becomes easier because I can't control not one person on earth. You know what I mean? Only thing I can control is how I take things, and I overthink a lot. Everybody around me knows, my entire team knows, I will think something through the ground. So it's definitely tough because sometimes I'll say I've been in positions where I've tried to think of every reason to hate you, and ma'am, there are a lot of reasons, but I just can't.
Wow.
And it's tough.
Is that in the song?
Not yet, but
that's
it may
pretty
be.
good.
It may be. And it's one of those things that I'm still learning how to deal with, and I think, I'm young, so I feel like hopefully people follow my music and hear the growth in it as well, because I don't have all the answers, but I'm learning, and I'm very receptive to not only letting life teach me, but I've always been the guy, like, if you tell me the stove is hot and don't put your fingers on it, I will not.
Same.
Because I don't want to burn. So hopefully I'm able to show growth in my music and not really be stuck in a heartache or stuck in just this idea of where I'm at right now. And I think that's the type of music that I'm most inspired by. I'm inspired by Hove. That's the greatest rapper of all time.
Let's
go. You hear the growth in the music. You hear the growth in Nas. You hear the growth in even Push. Like, I know everybody says, yo, Push only raps about this or that, but like there's so much in that to the point where I feel like drugs turned in from a reality thing to kind of a metaphor and a way to deliver where he's at now. You know what I mean? And I'm inspired by writers, and I'm more inspired by growth than anything. So I hope I'm able to grow and get those answers.
I love that. And if that's a teaser for the type of music you're going to be putting out, I think people are definitely going to be looking forward to it. So when is the project out?
I'll say this. I can't say today, but I can tell you that I'll say this. I never said it anywhere too. The project's called Cozy, and it's a reflection of just that. It's a story of just music to make you feel loved. There's conflict, of course, because every situation for real, but every situation has conflict, and it wouldn't be realistic to just be living in a land of everything is well and everything is great. But my biggest thing is to create music that you can feel love to, music you can cuddle to, music that just R&B is. I want people to hear this and know, all right, yeah, we're good. Church is back, musicality is back, but also feeling is back. And I think with what I bring to the table with my collaborators, some of the features, and Ninth Wonder, of course, I think this is amazing.
I'm here for the features. I know it's probably too early to tell. I ain't gonna dig too deep into that. Yeah.
So you'd be surprised though.
Really?
Yeah, there will be some surprises. For sure.
Okay. So how about this? We'll make the question like this. If there is an artist you have produced for that you would love to do a track with, who would that be?
As of today, it would be Usher, for sure. Ooh. It would be Usher. Yeah.
Okay. I can see that.
Sweata and Usher,
Let's go.
Very possible.
Let's go.
Very possible.
I'm here for it. And what is one thing you learned about the game as far as being a producer to now stepping into the singer lane, which has more of a spotlight on you?
I heard this from Pharrell. Pharrell Williams taught me that it's just music. You know what I mean? I take things personal because I'm very emotional. I could say that. But there's a lot that happens. Don't let it take you off your track. There's a lot more important things in your world that I know we dedicate all this time to music, and this is our profession, but also our passion. But it'll be fine, bro. Just take note and take care.
To have advice from Pharrell is just phenomenal. Let's just start there. I think that you are in good hands with the people that you are surrounded by.
By the grace of God, yeah.
Yeah, so the future looks very bright for you, sir.
I cannot wait. I cannot wait for the future.
So for your fans who's already rocking with you, what do you want to say to them?
Thank you for the patience. Thank you for the support. Cozy is very, very close, and I cannot wait to share all this music with y'all.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yes, ma'am.
And kudos to you for being in touch with who you are. It seems like you do know yourself.
Yeah,
right?
I'm learning.
Life is a journey, so you'll continue to grow and evolve. But I think for you to be your age now and already know where you are, that really stands out.
Thank you so much.
Because this industry will try to change you, but it seems like you're like, no, this is who I am.
Yeah, yes. And I'm grateful for that. Thank you.
It's giving water sign.
I don't know if am I? I am.
Somebody said,
I'm a Cancer.
Yeah,
all right,
definitely. All right.
Okay.
See, when they be in their feelings, I just know. I just know. But no, it was really nice to meet you.
Thank you so much. Likewise.
And I love the song. I'm looking forward to the project.
Of course. Thank you so much.
Yes.